the slots on the mounting bracket. Once the canister has been installed, you must run 2-inch PVC vacuum pipe and low voltage wire from the retractor cabinet to the canister. First, figure out the path of the PVC from the cabinet to the canister, being sure not to interfere with any heating ducts, plumbing, or other equipment that will also be installed in the walls and ceilings. Using a full selection of 90 and 45-degree elbows, you should be able to route the PVC up, around, down, and through any inner wall or ceiling area you desire. A drill is used to create holes through wall studs and flooring. Start at the cabinet and work your way over and down to the canister. Secure the PVC to the studs with clamps wherever necessary and use metallic nail guards to prevent other fasteners from damaging the PVC, which could cause a vacuum leak. Once you've routed the PVC down to the canister, insert the tubing into the canister inlet, but do not glue the PVC to the inlet port. Connect the 24-volt wires coming from the wall valves to the 24-volt receptacle on the machine. Replace the cardboard insert in the face of the retractor cabinet to prevent dust and debris from entering the cabinet during drywall and painting. After the finished drywall and painting is complete, you can install the finish kit. The finishing kit carton has these basic components: a hose retracting power drive unit, known as the retractor, electric vacuum hose, and a front door cover and frame. You will install the hose assembly first. Remove the cardboard protective dust cover from the retractor cabinet and clean away any sawdust, drywall dust, or other debris from the cabinet and hose storage area. You may also have to clean up the drywall edges with a knife. Inspect the interior of the retractor cabinet. Note the position of the hose to PVC pipe adapter. This is the receptacle for supplying vacuum to the system. During installation, keep the hose coiled in the box to prevent it from getting dirty. Carefully cut off the plastic ties so the hose is free. Next, spray the hose with a thorough coating of Pledge furniture polish. To insert and lock the hose, hold the hose end opposite the handle grip with your left hand. Reach into the cavity and insert the hose end over the hose to PVC adapter protruding into the retractor cabinet at the far side. Be sure the wires and locking clip are facing the center of the cabinet for easy wiring connections. Slide the hose clip firmly upward until you feel or hear the clip lock into place. Tug gently downward to assure that the clip is locked. The hose is now firmly in place. To install the hose into the retractor, open the retractor by pressing firmly on the latch button clips on each side while pulling on the small section of the retractor. Holding the retractor with the locking latch at the top left, place the hose in the gear mechanism so that the handle is to the left and the long length of hose in the cavity is to the bottom. Push the hose hard against the large side of the retractor and insert the end of the smaller section with the hooks into the bottom right of the larger part of the retractor. Push firmly against the hose until the buttons clip in place. You may need to pull slightly on the hose to engage the gears. Install the latch lock screws that are included, and the hose is now inserted into the retractor. Once the lock screws are in place the retractor in the open space, locking latch up, with the hose inserted into the cavity space. Place the retractor into the retractor cabinet and reach into the cavity to secure the two 120-volt leads and plug them into the back of the retractor. For safety purposes, the plug is polarized to reduce the risk of electrical shock and only fits one way into the outlet. Next, connect the 4 pairs of low-voltage wires. 2 come from the hose area and 2 from the retractor. The white plugs connect only one way, and the others connect either way. Now, slide the retractor back into the grooves in the retractor cabinet. Inside the top of the cabinet, there is a switch cover plate with an off-on switch. As the retractor slides into the cabinet, the switch moves to the on position. The retractor will firmly snap into place when the locking latch is in place at the top of the retractor cabinet. Hold on to the handle grip and press the button marked In. The hose will start to retract into the cavity space. You may have to pause to untangle the hose as it's coming out of the box. Again, keep the hose off the floor and away from sawdust, dirt, and other debris. The hose should feed smoothly into the wall cavity until the handle is inside the cabinet. Insert the hose cavity cover into the retractor cabinet. Make sure it does not fall into the cavity. To install the door frame and door, simply unsnap the door from the frame and place the frame over the retractor cabinet with the hinge pins to the right. Line up the frame and insert the 2 upper screws just tight enough to hold the frame into place. Now place the remaining screws that have been provided into the frame and tighten all 8 screws securely. Snap the door to the frame so that the door swings freely and snaps into the closed position. If it does not snap shut, the 2 left screws are too tight and need to be loosened slightly. The frame and door can also be attached with the door hinges on the left side if needed. The Hoover medallion can be carefully removed and repositioned. The retractor is now properly installed and ready for use. To operate, carefully open the cover door on the Hose Magic and push the center button marked Out on the handle grip. The hose will feed out of the cavity. If you are using the Hoover wind tunnel power nozzle attachment, attach it to the extension wands and connect the 2-prong connector in the receptacle below the handle. If you are using other attachments, be sure they are securely attached to the handle grip. To start the vacuum system, push the button marked Vac. If the power nozzle is attached, it will activate as well. While using the system, you will be able to extend or retract the hose as needed. When you're finished vacuuming, press the In button on the hand grip, and the hose will retract back into the wall cavity. Be sure to put the rubber cap on the end of the nozzle to make sure that vacuum pressure is not lost to the other inlets in the home. Hoover Hose Magic Central Vacuum Hose Management System comes with a complete set of owner's manuals for the operation, care, and maintenance of the hose system, canister, and accessory kit. Hoover Hose Magic is the only in-the-wall central vac hose management system that uses a 120-volt wind tunnel power nozzle. It's a very appealing feature to homeowners and adds value and quality to any new home construction.